is more useful than what the alternatives would have been, just based on his leadership, his experience, and also he's still a good attacking option to have on the bench. If you're losing a game in the second half, that's a change you can make. Take out Danilo, put in Dani Alves, and he's still a player that might be able to drop a pinpoint cross at a striker's head and create a goal out of nothing. So I think that alone in a squad of 26 makes him a more useful player.
Fala pessoal, hoje o cenário tá até com uma cor diferente aqui, porque nós vamos viajar para os Estados Unidos para o podcast desse cara aqui, ó, Alex Lalas. Quem acompanhou a maravilhosa Copa do Mundo de 1994, com certeza lembra dele. E no podcast do ex-jogador, eles falaram a respeito da Seleção Brasileira. E é isso que a gente vê hoje aqui no Seleção do Mundo. Pessoal, queria fazer uma pergunta. Quanto você acha que vai ser o jogo entre Brasil e Sérvia, a estreia da seleção na Copa do Mundo? 1-0 pro Brasil, 2-0, 4-0 para manter as goleadas aí. Você acha que a Sérvia pode complicar o Brasil? Deixe seu comentário. E se você quiser transformar esse palpite em dinheiro, já sabe, escolha a que mais cresce no Brasil, a BETMASTER.
Apostas em futebol tem que ter vibração. E a BETMASTER entra em campo. Ganhe R$500 em bônus de boas-vindas. E mais R$32 em apostas grátis. Registre agora e pague com Pix. BETMASTER, a casa de apostas que mais cresce no Brasil.
Yeah, let me address two things and then we'll move on that people have been asking me about on Twitter. Dani Alves, he's 39. He'll be the oldest player ever to play for Brazil at a World Cup. The issue is Brazil is very weak at right back right now. So it was never a question of taking another right back over him. The question was whether you take Dani Alves or you only take one right back, Danilo, and use that spot somewhere else. And when you started thinking about where that other spot would go, it would go to either like a fifth center back or a 10th forward. And that just felt like overkill, and it would essentially be a waste of a spot. So Dani Alves, I think, is more useful than what the alternatives would have been, just based on his leadership, his experience, and also he's still a good attacking option to have on the bench. If you're losing a game in the second half, that's a change you can make. Take out Danilo, put in Dani Alves, and he's still a player that might be able to drop a pinpoint cross at a striker's head and create a goal out of nothing. So I think that alone in a squad of 26 makes him a more useful player than, like I said, a fifth center back or a 10th forward who's never going to get on the field. So I'm okay with it.
But look, notwithstanding his incredible pedigree when it comes to the national team, this is the ultimate test of form is fallacy, right? Because it has not gone well for him in Mexico right now. And so you're really basing this selection on what he once was and what you believe that he can reignite.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's fair. And the other issue is Firmino not being on there. What happened there is Rodrigo is a very versatile player who could either have been out on the wing as a backup to Vinicius or more centrally as the backup to Neymar in that support striker / number 10 role. So where Chichi slotted him in was going to dictate whether the last attacking spot was going to be a winger or more of a striker. And Chichi ended up placing Rodrigo centrally as the backup to Neymar and used that last spot on Martinelli. He could have done it the other way. He could have put Rodrigo out on the left wing, backing up Vinicius, and then called up Firmino to be the backup to Neymar. That was a tough one. I've wrestled with that one the last few weeks. Again, it's one you could have gone either way. Tim Vickery wrote a column about it today. He questioned Chichi's decision a little bit, and I'm not saying Tim is wrong, but to me that's like a 50-50. You could have gone either way. That's the one real debate I'm having in my head right now. But again, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's going to win us or lose us the World Cup. Everybody that absolutely has to be there is there, and I feel good about the squad and ready to go.
E aí, pessoal, o que vocês acharam? Você acha que realmente o Firmino pode fazer muita falta nessa Copa do Mundo? Sei não, hein? E o Dani Alves, já imaginou ele entrando numa ocasião do Brasil tá perdendo? Tantos atacantes bons para entrarem, né, para mudar o jogo. Você acha que ele pode utilizar dessa artimanha, o Tite, de colocar o Dani Alves no momento que o Brasil estiver perdendo? Isso pode influenciar muito no resultado, a saída de jogo ali? Acho que, pelo contrário, né, teria que deixar uma zaga ali atrás que corre bastante, porque os contra-ataques vão estar ali, e botar os atacantes. Bom, enfim, deixe seu comentário, se inscreva aqui no canal e lembre-se que tem vídeo todo dia a respeito da nossa maravilhosa seleção brasileira, que será ex esse ano. Será? Um abraço, até mais.